I got a new streaming situation that I'm dealing with. I've got, I can show stuff on the screen. If you guys have not yet downloaded the Studio Growth Formula, go right now. It's www.learnprorecording.com/Studio Growth Formula. Download that. It's a free PDF. Just download it. I'm just going to touch on a couple of the points on this today. That's what I wanted to teach y'all about. I wanted to teach with you about today. I just wanted to touch on a couple of the points. So I'm not really going to go too deep into each point unless you guys have questions. If you have questions, you let me know. Okay, I'm here for you. Again, I'll show that one more time. Go download the Studio Growth Formula. It's a PDF on the website, learnprorecording.com/Studio Growth Formula. What the Studio Growth Formula is, it's going to give you a couple of points that you need to think about to grow your audio engineering, producing, freelancing. If you own a studio, you want to own a studio, you think you might want to have a studio, you think you might want to run a studio, all this stuff's for you. Basically, what I'd like for you to do is, sorry about the phone, man. I'm gonna turn it off. Basically, what I'm trying to help you with is to basically quit your day job. That's what my goal is, that everybody quits their day job and does something that they love for work. I mean, when you do something you love for work, it ain't work. You know what I mean? It's just awesome. So I'm gonna be touching on a few of these points. Again, I'll if you want to download, go right now. Download it from learnprorecording.com/Studio Growth Formula. Okay. While you're there, you can also sign up for free. Just go to learnprorecording.com. There's a big blue button right there on the front. I think when you sign up for free, you get this downloaded anyway. This is the free thing this month. So that's what you're going to get. You're going to get the Studio Growth Formula anyhow. So let's just dive right in, shall we? Let me go over here. I'm just going to dive right in. So step one, you got to decide that this is for you. This is not for everyone. This kind of entrepreneurship, owning your own, being a freelance engineer, this isn't for everyone. This is strictly. I don't know how to explain it. It takes a special person to do this. All right. So here's the deal: is that we're all programmed from day one. We're programmed to grow up, go to school, get out of school, get a job, get married, buy a house, have some kids, take a vacation every summer, maybe go to Walt Disney World, whatever, and then retire and then die. That's our programming from day one. That's what it is. And I'd rather not do that myself. I'd rather be able to work on my own stuff at my own pace as I want to or as I need to, and do it that way. The thing is, you got to understand, when you work for someone else, when you have a job and you work for someone else, you're making that someone else money. Really, one of the main reasons that you're there is that you're making them money. Like when I hire people to work for me here at the studio, they're making me money. I'm pay them. I pay my guys well, dude. I pay my engineers really well. I think the least I pay is $30 an hour. I mean, that's $25-$30 an hour. That's a lot, So I mean, I understand what it takes to survive out here, man. And you're doing a great service. And plus, when I do hire people, when I do contract, we hire contractors. We don't really hire employees. We hire independent contractors. Again, freelance audio engineers. Other engineer business owners, they own a business, and then they come in and, we hire them and we pay them, and that's how it works. But when we do that, they're freeing me up to do other things. And as a business owner, you have to be able to, understand that and know that, let me turn this down in case it looks like it might be peaking, but, y'all just let me know if in the comments there if something's weird or you feel like something could be better. Let me know. I'm here. I'm learning. This is the first time I've gone live publicly. I tested this out the other day just to make sure I could do it, and just had my wife look in, and she was the live person looking at me and leaving comments and stuff. So it was fun. I think it's going to work out. There's some kinks, I'm sure that, like I have to switch between this and this, and, I got to add graphics. I got to put this thing up on the screen for you when I talk about that, that kind of stuff. So, there's all kind of stuff I've got set up and hopefully going to work out. Um, so that, the thing is, man, with being an entrepreneur, back to the studio growth formula. The thing with being an entrepreneur and working for yourself, man, is it's scary. You because of the programming that we've all had with the having the have the job, the stable job. I mean, with a job, dude, comes like stability. You have 401k, you have health insurance, a weekly paycheck. Kind of all you got to do is show up, not be a dick, and do your work and get paid. I mean, that's kind of what the world is, man. That's how it works. Unless you own the business, or unless you're an executive in the business and you are making decisions for other people, even as an executive, a CEO, you still work for someone else. You're still working for the board, you're still working for the corporation, you're still working for the owner, so even as a CEO, I mean, you're still not technically the owner. You're still not the person making the big money. Talk about pyramid schemes, bro. I tell you what, the guy at the top making all the money from the little people on the bottom, and that's how it builds up. That's how it works. I'm trying to, I've never really been a big fan of that, of being an employee. I don't make a good employee. I have a hard time with people telling me what to do and where to go and how to dress and what time I could eat food and that kind of thing. What time I could have my coffee break. I'm gonna have a coffee break right now. I'm just kidding. So that's kind of where we're at, man. So you got to decide that this is for you. The first thing is to decide that this is for you. Whether you're a worker bee or you're an entrepreneur, it kind of depends. I mean, you can learn to become an entrepreneur. You can start off slowly and kind of cross fade into quitting the day job and understanding that once you start making more money as an entrepreneur or as your own business owner, then you can put more. So you've quit your day job, now you can put more time and effort and energy into becoming your business owner, your entrepreneur, you as an entrepreneur. So then you're going to grow even more. So there, your growth possibilities are pretty much endless. Your growth possibilities are entirely up to you. Whether you are building or growing or stagnant, or maybe you took too many days off and went to the beach. I don't know. So that's the thing, man. You got to decide that this is for you, and then once you decide that, then you can go do it. Just go do it, man. Just move along, get her done. You might have other people. You might be, you might have a family. You might have kids, a wife that they're dependent upon you for food and shelter. Have a sit down, man, with the family. Have a family meeting and say, hey, listen, this is really something I want to do. So times might be tough for the next couple of weeks, next couple of months, but understand I'm growing this thing and I need your support. And they're generally going to be behind you 100%, because if you as the entrepreneur are happy and the people who are there to support you can support you and prop you up when you need propping up, give you props when it's time to tell you you're doing a great job, that kind of thing. That's all part of it, man. They definitely are going to support you and help you grow. So that's what it is, man. So the thing too, man, with working for somebody else is I was, I can't, I really have a hard time doing it. I mean, I actually, I have a partner. My wife is my partner in this business. She does the hard stuff. She does the money and the banks and the bills and the insurances and the rents and all that technical stuff that I don't really care about. I mean, I care, but I'm not good at it. She's definitely way better at it than I am. So we make a good partnership in that I do the technical part, I do this part, and she does the hard stuff, man. She does the banks and the bills, and she knows about money and things like that. So fortunately, I don't have to deal with that. I don't have to look at it. I don't have to worry about it. So the next thing that we could talk about, and like I said, man, I'm gonna run through these really quick, and then we'll just get into a question and answer kind of deal. So the next thing we need to know about is basic marketing. Once you decide that you're going to do your own business, now you need to understand how you need to market your business. Okay. So marketing our business is a little bit different than marketing our business is a little bit different than say a car dealership or a gym or something. Dude, I don't know if y'all notice. Y'all probably have noticed that. Like the beginning of the year, everybody's making their New Year's resolution, and gyms are like, workout places and fitness places are all advertising at that time on TV and radio. Oh, join our gym! It's only $10 a month, whatever. They're hoping that you sign up for the whole year and then only show up for 2 months. Because then they're gonna keep getting the money, but you ain't showing up. So, our marketing's a little different here in the audio world. It's that our marketing is mostly word of mouth. It wouldn't really make sense for us to make a flyer and go hang it at the laundromat. I mean, yeah, okay, maybe in Hollywood there's some musicians that go to the laundromat to wash their clothes and they might want to know about a studio around the corner. But generally, that's not the place for us to do our marketing. So, Facebook ads, that kind of thing, that's really subjective to how you look at where your business comes from. Your business comes from the band telling another band how you did, and another band hearing your record. And let's say you're an audio engineer, right? And you do a mix for somebody, and then somebody else hears that mix and says, "Ooh, who mixed that? That's awesome." And then that person tells the other person, "Oh, this guy." So then that person calls you. That's your marketing right there. So the thing that I do, man, is all right. So we have a commercial studio here, right? So one of the things I do is I have an automated email system set up. All right, this is kind of cool. So there's an automated email system set up. So there's after the session, whether the client books online or whether I book the client, I still have their email address. Okay, so this is important that you have their email address in that you're going to be sending them emails. That helps. So the thing I do is I have an automated system that when after a client books a session and enjoys the studio and then they're gone the next day, 24 hours after their session's over, they get an email from me. It says, "Oh, hey, thanks for hanging out at our studio. Hopefully you had a great time. If you did, click here and leave a quick review, on our Google, either Yelp page or Google review or something like that, right? Wherever the link goes." But dude, that's what that does is a couple of things. Well, one, you're going to get the client to go on there and go, "Dude, this guy was awesome. We had a great time at the studio. The studio was awesome. We made a great record. It was amazing. We had a good time. Everybody was fun. Everybody had fun," that kind of stuff. But at the same time, you got to make it really easy for these guys to go leave a review. So I leave a link. All they got to do is from the email, click the link, and it takes them right to the page where they can go do the review. A lot of the clients just go there and give a 5-star. They don't even say anything. They just go, "Oh, click 5 stars. It was cool." But dude, that just grows your average on your Google search, and that really helps out with, we're going to talk a little bit more about SEO stuff here in a minute, but that really helps out with your SEO. SEO stands for search engine optimization. And that's a big thing when it comes to people looking for you and being able to find you. Oh man, there was a I'm going to do this. Look, one thing, welcome. I'm going to do this. I'm going to try to do this every Friday morning. Hopefully you guys like this. If you do, let me know in the comments. If this is something that you want to see I'd like to do it every Friday morning, maybe an hour, maybe 90 minutes, depending on the questions. If we get a lot of questions, I'll hang out, that kind of thing. But, maybe next week I'm going to share with you, let's talk about marketing we're about to get into the third part. Let me talk about the third part real quick. So here's the third part. Your web presence. Dude, you have to have a web presence. Somebody needs to be able to find you and know where you are and be able to see you. A web presence, like you say, a website, it doesn't have to be extensive, man. It can be one page where it just shows who you are, what you do, maybe a couple of your samples, a couple of the people you worked with, maybe some of your accolades, that kind of thing, whatever, So that's helpful. So you got to have that. But there was this one, and maybe we'll talk about this next week. Y'all let me know. Hey, man, what's happening? Let me just, George, everything's cool, man. How are you? Everything good? Awesome. Good to see you. Let me put George up there for you so y'all can see what George. What's up, DB? There you go. So George, I'm trying something new, man. George has been George was one of our students here at the studio, and he was helping a lot with some of these. We were doing some of these live things. George, I found out how to do it. I figured it out. I watched a YouTube video, figured shit out, and now I'm an expert. I'm just kidding, man. I'm trying a different way to do it, so it's a little bit easier because I usually have to do this by myself. So anyway, I'm glad you're here hanging out with us, man. Let me know if you have any questions, George. So anyway, back to the thing, talking about the websites. There was a guy, and I think what I'm gonna do next week is I'm gonna find this guy's website. I'm gonna show you this guy's website. Basically, this website that I found is exactly everything what not to do. And it's kind of funny, but not really funny because I think the guy was being serious about his web presence. And dude, you kind of can't do that, man. You don't need like just tons of pages and tons of stuff and tons of, dude, nobody wants to read a novel on a website. Look, somebody had you probably have 2.5 or 3 seconds to capture somebody's attention with your web page so that they want to go look a little bit further. If somebody's searching for you, let's say somebody's searching for an audio engineer or a producer in your neighborhood, and your name comes up, because I'm gonna share with you the SEO stuff on how to get your name further up on the list so that when people do search for such things with these words on it, you come up. All right, we're gonna talk about that in a second. But this guy, his website was just tons and tons of text and not really even a lot of pictures. And I mean, one of the things I look for when I go, you guys might do this too. When you go look at a recording studio website, right? First thing I want to do, I want to look at pictures. I want to see what the studio looks like. I want to feel the vibe from the pictures. I don't care about who you are. I don't really care, your picture. I don't really care. I don't care what kind of equipment you have just yet. I do care about that, but that's not my first thing. My first thing is I want to see pictures of your website. I want to see pictures of your studio on your website. That's the first, boom. First thing is I might want to see a picture of your main studio. And that's going to intrigue me to go look at more. It's going to intrigue me to go look at more of your website and to go look up more about what you are and who you are and what you do. So there's that. Keep in mind too that your name is a big thing, and that's more about what we talk about in the program here in the Studio Growth Formula program. Your name is important. Here in California, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this later on, but here in California, you should have the word productions in the name of your company. We're going to talk about, you should have a company. You should register your company with wherever you are, whatever county, city, government entity that you have to deal with, wherever you are. You might have to register. I would register my company as a productions company because that, it could be Billy Bob Productions or 4th Street Productions. As long as you have the word productions in the company name, that kind of really opens you up to doing a lot more than just being an audio engineer, just being a producer. You're producing whatever. Let's say you build furniture and you sell it on Etsy. You're still a production. You're producing furniture that you're selling on Etsy. And there's a reason for this, and we're going to talk about this later in a sec. It basically has to do with taxes. Here in California, we have a thing called the production sales tax. Okay, production sales tax. Here in Los Angeles County, the sales tax amount is 10.25%. That's the sales tax. So when you buy things, you pay an extra 10.25% for sales tax. Welcome to LA County. Surrounding counties are a little bit less, but I'm pretty sure LA County is like the highest sales tax in California. Maybe San Francisco might have a beat, but maybe, I don't know. I guess that's Marin County. I'm not sure. But there's a thing called production sales tax incentive. So if you own a business that is a production company, you get a sales tax incentive for when you buy things for your business, which in our business is pretty much everything we buy. So there's a lot to it. The sales tax incentive, I think we pay 3.42 or 3.24, I think. We save like almost 7% is what it is. So that's kind of what it is. We're going to talk a little bit more about this later. But anyway, back to your unique name, your domain name. You should have a domain name. All right. So we're going to talk more about how that coincides with your business name at the same time. Like the studio name here. Let me see. I think I have it here. Oops. See, I'm already screwing up. Y'all crazy. The studio name, the studio that I'm in right now is esaudio.com. So the website name is esaudio.com. The domain is esaudio.com. The name of the website, the name of the business is ES Audio Services or ES Audio Recording Studios. So esaudio.com kind of matches, That's all part of it. So that your domain presence, your web presence should be pretty much the same name as your company. You wouldn't want to confuse the public like that with having a different name. And then too, when it comes time to email, because you're going to be doing marketing on your email and things like that, you're going to want to have a pretty decent, maybe have your email address follow your company name. Like you could be Donnie B at learnprorecording.com, whatever. You could be JB at esaudio.com, whatever. But that's you kind of don't want to have like a stupid email name. I mean, look, you can have a weird email name for your family and friends, that kind of thing. But when it comes to being professional business and things like that, you might want to keep it clean and keep it. You don't want to be a juicybootydawn at gmail.com, that kind of thing, or only 420 please at Gmail. That's great for your friends and family, but as a professional entity, you should keep it a little bit more professional. Keep it a little bit more on the professional side. Okay, so there you go, man. Talking about the web presence. Yeah, don't make your page 15. Don't make your website 15 pages deep where somebody's got to go scroll and scroll and scroll. I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna try to find this for next week, and I'm gonna show you this for next week. Okay, because I can actually show you my computer screen. Y'all can see that. I got a Pro Tools session up there. So in case y'all got any questions about Pro Tools, I'm here. That's why I have this on there. So in case y'all got any questions, I know we're talking about something different, but I got that. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna try to find that guy's website and show it to you, because it was like absolutely one of the worst websites I've ever seen. It was horrible. I mean, I scrolled maybe 18 pages deep, and I still don't know what the guy did. I still don't know what he's offering. I still don't know what he's trying to tell me. Because it was just like all these. It was like trying to read a book. On a web page, man. I just kept scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. It's crazy, but and then the guy had I was like, oh, I'm going to reach out to this guy and tell him that I don't like his website. I was just going to tell him, hey, man, your website could be a little bit cleaner, could be a little bit smaller, a little bit more compact. I think he was doing audio mastering. I think that's what I ended up coming up with while I was digging. But he had a contact page. Oh, dude, he had like 2 rows of menus at the top of his website. And one of the menu buttons was contact. So I was like, oh, I'm going to contact the guy and kind of asking him, hey, what do you do, man? I'm a little confused, or what's your rates, whatever. I was going to ask him something. So I went to the contact page, and it said on the big letters, it just said, the best way to contact us is to call us. But he didn't put a phone number. So I'm like, okay, the best way to contact you is to call you, but I can't because you didn't put a phone number. That's just, I'm just sorry. I'm just saying. So anyway, here's some links. Also in this PDF that you download, you can go here. Remember, you can go here and download your studio growth formula. On this publication, I've got a couple of website links that you can go to register your domain names. GoDaddy, Wix, Squarespace, WordPress, MailChimp for your mailing list, whatever. So we talk a little bit more about that actually in the program. So there is that. Step number 4, I guess I got to go here and go step number 4 is social media, or SEO and SEO, search engine optimization. Now, this is with SEO. Let's talk about SEO real quick. Search engine optimization. There are certain words that search engines look for on your web presence that bring you to the top when people do a search. So if you're trying to be a recording studio and yet you put on there that you like clean cars, you wash cars, but you're a recording studio, that's not really I know that's super extreme and you're never going to do that, because who would do that? But whatever. But that's that is a poor SEO, because all of your website stuff talks about you washing cars, but yet you're trying to sell your service as a recording studio or as an audio engineer or producer, that kind of thing. So that's what I'm talking about, man. So if you're trying to sell studio stuff, talk about studio stuff in your text on your web page, and your text on your YouTube channel, and your text on your Instagram account. These are where SEOs come from, man. The more SEO you can get that point right to you, then the better. Social media is also another way to get people to see you and to know who you are. Not my favorite way to. I would never buy ads on social media, put it that way. I tried it once and it just did not work out. I think it was Google ads or whatever, or Facebook. I think it was a Facebook ad. It was a Facebook ad. Um, anyway, I did a Facebook test. I said, okay, I'll offer a certain amount of money for the whole week, and tell me how many people, I want to get in front of a bunch of people. So they were they charged me like $75 for the week, and then they were telling me that they got my name in front of 22,000 people. But dude, you put my name in front of 22,000 people, and not one person clicked my website to go see who I am? That doesn't sound right. I think you put me in front of 22,000 of the wrong people. And I tried to do the whole, yeah, y'all are saying, oh, there's some way that you can do, you could specify what age group and what part of the country and whatever. Yeah, okay, I want to talk to only rappers in South Central Los Angeles or Chicago, whatever. Y'all can you can kind of like narrow that stuff down on with these Facebook ads. But yeah, Facebook said they put me in front of 22,000 people and not one person clicked into my website. That doesn't sound right. So I gave Facebook their $75 and thanked them for their time, and also in my head I said, I'll never do this again. That's ridiculous. So yeah, I think social media marketing it's not my audience. That's what it is. I need my audience. I want people that are looking for me to find me. That's what I want. I'm looking for the people that are searching for me. I want them to be able to find me. So that's what it is. Look, I have a YouTube channel as well. This is actually live on YouTube right now as well. So how y'all doing? Actually, George came to us from YouTube. So there's that. I'm also on Twitch today and Facebook, and I think LinkedIn. Hey, LinkedIn, how y'all doing? I've never been there before. This is all new for me on LinkedIn. So how's my LinkedIn brothers doing? Y'all doing good? Awesome. Okay. So look, I'm also my wife is also a social media expert. She handles social media for other entities as well as the studio here, and as well as herself personally. Personally, she's an actor and she does her own like social media thing for her thing, but also for the studio. And because of that, because she understands the algorithms and how they work and how they're constantly changing. She's always telling me how Facebook is always changing, how Twitter is always changing, how Pinterest is changing. They change their algorithm on how things work. So you kind of have to understand what the changes are and how to deal with it, and also to basically, because of the way that she does the thing, we stay at the top of our search engine. Every time somebody searches for a recording studio in our area, we're in the top 10 at least, if not the top one or two. There's a thing somebody told me one time. They said, man, you want to hide the body, put it on page 2 of a Google search. They'll never find it. And this is true. I mean, how many of y'all ever go to page 2 of a Google search unless you really, really need to search for something? Like maybe you need a specialty radiator for your truck, and the first page doesn't give it to you, so you got to go to that second page. But other than that, man, you're never going to go to a second page of a Google search. Look, with back to social media stuff, man, don't buy your followers. We can tell, honestly, the public can tell. We people out here, we can see. You might have 250,000 followers on Instagram, okay, and you post a picture and you get 18 likes. Yeah, you bought followers, dude. That's what you did. That's the easy way to tell. Especially if you're only following like 3 people, and then you got 250,000 people following you, and then when you post a photo, you only get 12 likes or something, whatever. You get no retweets, none of that stuff. But yeah, you bought followers, bro. And we can tell. So there you go. So step number 5, we'll talk. If y'all have questions about this stuff specifically, let me know. I mean, other than that, go grab the definitely go grab the PDF, the growth studio growth formula. Go grab that, and then make sure that you if you have any questions on it, let me know. I'm just kind of touching on stuff here. I'm not really diving too deep into it. So here is step number 5 is to register your business. We touched on this a little bit earlier, that how important it is to register your business. There's a lot of advantages to registering your business wherever you are in the world. I'm not really sure about the world. Wherever you are in the United States, I'm not too up on the international laws for small business, but I mean, you can do your research wherever you are and find that. But do you need to be a DBA? Do you need to be an LLC, an S corp, or a partnership? That's entirely up to you guys. I might suggest starting off as a DBA, sole proprietor. Some cities or states call it a fictitious business name statement. That's what it's in Los Angeles here, or in California, it's called a DBA, doing business as sole proprietor. You can also have an LLC, sole proprietorship. LLC stands for limited liability company, and that basically limits your liability if you get sued or things go wrong. And because as an LLC, it creates another entity. It's kind of like corporate, but you're still just a sole proprietor. That's expensive here in California. Maybe where you live is not that bad, and you can jump into an LLC to protect your assets if you need to. Here in California, it's expensive. It's $800 a year just to have the LLC, and that's an expense I'd rather not have to have. So there's that. Anyway, so yeah, you decide whether you want to be a DBA, LLC, S corp, whatever. I mean, you guys can decide. I would shy away from partnerships. Again, I'm not good with other people telling me what to do, where to go, and when to do it, and what time to do the thing, and what time I could eat, even if it's as a partner. I mean, yes, I do have a partner in life, and we're married, but we kind of have a special partnership kind of thing. It's not really like business partners, so it's different. She still tells me what to do and where to go and what time to eat, but I just say yes, ma'am. So that's why I've been married so long. So there's that. But there are many benefits to registering your business. Look, first, straight up, I am not an expert in any of these fields. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a tax expert. I'm not a business. I'm definitely not a business expert. I am smart enough to know that I don't know things, and I let other people that do know these things do these things. So that helps, you know. But yeah, I'm not an expert in any of these things that I'm talking to you about. So I've figured stuff out, and I thought I'd share with you. So having a legit business, a couple of things. Well, we talked about it a little bit before with the sales tax. LA County has the 10.25% sales tax, and you can save a little bit by having the sales tax incentive of the state of California. So there's that. So also saving on taxes. I'm picking my words carefully. I don't want to say things that you might take the wrong way because, like I said, I'm not a tax expert. But you being a doing business as, even if you still have a day job, you can still take advantage of this doing business as DBA thing. As a sole proprietor, it allows you to, when you do your income taxes, it allows you to do what they call a Schedule C form, which is a business use tax deduction. So again, I'm not an expert in any of this. I've just figured stuff out. I've learned things. Okay. This is just my experience talking, but If you have access to a Schedule C, which as a non-business person, you don't, you get a W-2 from your employer at the end of the year and you use that to file your taxes. Maybe you get a refund, maybe you owe a little bit, depending on how much has been taken out of your check the entire year. Honestly, you don't have to, again, I'm not a tax expert, but you don't have to live life that way. Even if you have a day job, if you own a business, you can also use that Schedule C with all of your income. So, I mean, because you're probably, as a small business owner, you're probably taking some of your day job income and spending it on your studio that's in your spare bedroom. Okay. The things that you buy for your studio and your spare bedroom should be tax deductible for the money that you make from having a studio in your spare bedroom. Making sense so far? But you are in the beginning, you're going to take some of the money that you make from your day job to buy the gear that you need for your studio, and then hence that money that you spend on gear should be deducted from the taxes that you owe from any money that you made, including money that you made from your day job. So you can kind of offset your day job tax bill with owning a business as a sole proprietor. Okay, everybody caught up? Everybody there? Y'all can let me know in the chat if you're listening to me, if you hear me. So I know you can hear me, but are you listening? That's the thing. So there's a lot more to this, and we can go deeper into it in the Q&A section if you want to. Or let me know and I can do just a specific live for that purpose only. Talking about DBAs and LLCs and taxes and business. This is the time of year to talk about taxes. It is April. Today's April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day if you guys are ones like I do and do funny things. That today's your day. So enjoy. There's nothing funny about saving money on taxes, ladies and gentlemen. This is a thing. So there's a couple of again in the publication which you can download here. I'm getting it, man. I'm gonna find it. In the publication that you can download here, learnprorecording.com studio growth formula. There's that. In that publication, there's also some links on how to get started registering your business wherever you are. Signaturefiling.com and LegalZoom.com. I prefer signaturefiling.com because that's all they do. LegalZoom.com, they do other things, other attorney type things, but if you need to do a will and then register your business at the same time, LegalZoom's awesome because you can do everything right there. Signature filing, all they do is register your business. Okay. So that's my preferred way to do it. Okay. So there's so much more information that we need to talk about of this. We need to talk about on this thing with talking about business and tax and money and things like that. I don't want to get too deep into it. Okay. I myself am a DBA. I've never really found the need to have an LLC. I have structured my business where I don't necessarily own a lot of stuff. So there's not a lot of assets that are going to be attacked if things get weird. So I'm not that concerned about that right now. And then as far as partnerships go, a legal business partnership, I personally would shy away from it. It's just me. Because, they say that if you want to lose a friend, go into business with them. And that's absolutely true. There is that, or loan of money, there's that other thing too. You know what, if you're feeling good and you want to be partners with a family member or a friend, totally fine. I mean, I'm not mad at it, but just know that, things can get weird when you guys disagree, So, what I would do in that situation is I would have the other person be doing business as sole proprietor and me doing business as sole proprietor, but we work together, so we're just going to talk amongst ourselves and make an agreement before we start the job. Okay, this is the job. This is how much it's going to pay. You're going to get 50%. I'm going to get 50%. We're partners. We're having a good time. So there you go. Okay. Step 6. Step 6 is awesome. And if I could find it, I'm going to find it. There it is right there. Step 6, acquiring gear for your business. All right. I'm specifically talking about production. I'm specifically talking about recording studio, specifically talking about mixing engineers, specifically talking to studio owners, producers, that kind of thing. There are ways, and we should do a whole thing on this. Just this. There are ways to acquire gear without actually paying for your gear. Yes, you can. I don't want to say you get it free because you kind of don't, but you kind of do. It's kind of a gray area. It's again 100% legal, 100% the way business is done. If you look at very large businesses, Apple, Tesla, Chevron, whatever. You look at these Google, Microsoft. If you look at these big corporations, this is how they're structured. Okay. This is how they do things. They buy gear, and then they use the money that it costs them to buy equipment that they use to make money is now a tax deductible item at the end of the year on their Schedule C. Okay. So this is why it's important that you guys become a DBA or an LLC or a S Corp or whatever. You become a registered business in your area because of this fact, that you can deduct things from your taxes as you buy things for your business. Okay. So there's that. But there is a way to acquire gear that won't cost you a crap ton. Basically, you guys are thinking, oh, well, I gotta wait. I gotta save up that $1,800, or I gotta save up that $10,000 to buy that console that I'm looking to get. Once I save up the $10,000, then I can go buy the console that I need. But in the meanwhile, you don't have a console, so it's kind of like it's a little bit harder to make the money that you need to save to go buy the console because you're not making as much money because you don't have a console. There are ways to acquire gear. Let's just take one way. Okay, one way is to take a loan and buy your gear. Okay, that's probably not the best way, but that is a way. If you got like super good credit and you go to the bank and say, hey, I want to borrow, $100,000 to buy some equipment for my company, you may be established well in the credit department because you are doing business as sole proprietor. It's just you. It's not your company credit. It's your credit. Okay. So if you got awesome credit, go buy some gear. But there are tax benefits to leasing gear that you get over even purchasing gear. Okay. Here's kind of how it works. Let's say that you don't need, I mean, you literally work with a laptop and an M-Box or a laptop and a Apollo Twin and you go make money, but if you do have an analog console, you're going to make so much more money because now you're going to make more money because you have an analog console, and now you're going to make enough money to pay for that analog console because you're going to lease this console. So there are leasing companies, and again, in the I think I put it in the publication here. Yes, I did. In the publication, there are two leasing companies which I've got personal I've done personal business with them before. All Media Capital and Providence Leasing. Okay, these are they're California-based companies. They basically they lease mostly to production companies, mostly to studios and production company, film and TV stuff. They lease equipment for these type businesses. Okay, so this makes it easier because that's all they do. And they understand our business, and they understand what we need and how we need it and when we need it. So they're pretty good about it. They actually call me like once a year going, hey dude, you need some money? So it's pretty funny. But at the same time, here's what happens. Okay, let's say I buy a $10,000 piece of equipment. Okay, I lease it. Let's say I'm going to lease a $10,000 piece of equipment. Let's say my lease payment on $10,000 is $200 a month. I'm just making this stuff up. Again, I'm not an expert. I don't know. I'm just making this stuff up as I go. But let's say you lease this $10,000 piece of equipment for $200 a month. Okay. Dude, you've got this awesome piece of equipment now in your studio that looks amazing, and it really is boosting your credibility as a recording studio, or as a engineer, or as a producer. Now you because you've got this awesome piece of gear, right? So now you're actually making more money. You're getting more clients to come over. You're getting bigger, higher quality clients that are paying you more money because you've got this piece of gear. So now you're actually making more money to pay for the piece of gear. So because your lease payment is $200 a month. Okay, so you're making an extra $200 a month because you have the piece of gear. Y'all tracking with me so far? Um, so that is a thing. So now the other benefit to that, so now that's a benefit all its own, because now you've got this piece of equipment that's helping you make a little more money. Hopefully you're making more than $200 a month with this awesome piece of gear, and that extra money is allowing you to buy other pieces of gear, which will boost your credibility and your workflow, and your ability to make more money by having more clients. There's we'll get into another thing on another day. I'm going to talk about that later. There's a book that I really love this book, The Go Giver. This is an amazing book. If you guys, it's by Bob Berg. If you guys haven't read this book, it's a great reading book. I mean, I'm not a reader. I don't sit down and read books because I enjoy it. I did enjoy this book. I literally could not put this book down. I read it in an afternoon. It's an amazing story, amazing book. But in that, they talk about the law of compensation. Basically, I'm going to paraphrase here. The law of compensation states that if you need to make your income is directly proportional to how many people you serve, how many people you are working with, how many people you're serving. So if you need to make more money, you need to serve more people. And by serving more people, you make more money. By being able to make more money, you're going to be able to buy more things to be able to serve more people. You seeing how the snowball effect is working, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for understanding. So this is what happens when you lease gear. Okay, so now you've got the cool piece of gear in your studio or in your arsenal that you can use to make more money, which in turn makes you more money, which in turn gets you to buy more gear so you could get more clients. And the more clients you get, the more money you make, the more money you make, the more stuff you could buy, so the more clients you get. Boom. Damn, it's crazy. But here's a bonus even on top. This is like the ice cream on top, or the cherry if you want to talk about that stuff. I don't really like cherry, so I don't really talk about that. So, but no, look, when you lease equipment for your business, I mean, I'm sure it's a federal thing, so no, it doesn't matter where you live. But here, federally, I can deduct 100% of my lease payments from my tax bill. So basically, that $10,000 piece of gear doesn't cost me anything. Okay, because I get that back in the form of a tax deduction. Okay, so I don't have to pay tax on the money. I can deduct that from the taxes that I owe from the money I made by having the thing. It's getting out of hand, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to think about. It's like a I don't know, like a black hole or something. I don't know, man. It's pretty good. It's pretty cool. But so then let's say your lease is 60 months. It's 5 years, in case we're counting. Okay. So let's say our lease deal is 60 months. At the end of the 60 months, at the end of the 5 years, we can usually buy the gear from the leasing company. So now we purchased gear. So now we get more tax deductions because we purchased gear. Okay. We can actually amortize that down for 5 more years. So basically, dude, we get 10 years of tax deduction off of a piece of equipment that we have in our studio that's allowing us to be able to make more money, so that we do have to pay more taxes. It's awesome. Hey, you guys know what, man? When I'm gonna go ahead and call out Jeff Bezos. Let me talk about Amazon guy. Okay. Hey, Jeff, what's up? I know you ain't watching me. That's cool. But Jeff Bezos does this thing, all right, at the end of the year, coming at the end of the December, he's going to donate, a couple of $1 million to a good cause. And thank you, Jeff, for hooking up, whoever you're hooking up this year. But everybody's like, "Oh, Jeff, we gave away, $14 million to the thing. It was awesome." Dude, he needed a tax deduction. That's exactly what that is. That's 100% what that is. Yeah, he's helping out, and yeah, he has the means to help out, and I really appreciate it coming from me. I do my part. I give, $25 to the Goodwill, another $25 to, we buy the annual membership to the LA County Zoo and that kind of stuff. That's all tax deductible. And there's a reason for it. That's why. One of the reasons why is that we made money and we need to not pay tax on it. So we buy equipment or we donate money to a charitable cause. That's what we do. That's how we help offset our tax bill. Everyone should do this. Everyone should do it this way, man. I'm telling you. All right. Let me get back over here. I don't want to get too crazy, so we're gonna go back over here. Here's number 7, dude. Basic ethics. Seriously, basic ethics. Don't steal shit. People, stop. Just do the right thing all the time. What the hell? Look, there's a thing called karma. I don't know if you guys know this, but karma is a thing. It is a real thing. If you're working on a let's say you're working on a live show, you're working on a live production, and you're rolling up this cable, and you know this cable ain't yours. You know this mic cable don't belong to you, but you like looking around, you're like, oh, I'll put this in my bag. That's a nice cable. The next gig you do, you're going to lose a microphone, and you're going to wonder why. Oh, what happened to my microphone? Well, karma came and took it from you, bro, because you stole that cable 2 weeks ago on that other gig. That's exactly what that was. Basic ethics. Basically, treat people the way that you want to be treated. Don't be a dick. Just do the right thing. If you go to you're looking on Craigslist to buy some equipment because you want to buy some gear to make your studio bigger and better. That this microphone that you just saw on Craigslist cost $3,000 at the Guitar Center because you was just looking at it. And now here it is on Craigslist for $150. Bruh, it's one of two things. It's either like a scam. It's one of three things. It's either a scam. It's not even you're going to buy a box that's going to have a brick in it. Or it totally does not work. It's broken and somebody's trying to sell it as though it's okay. And then 3, that thing is stolen. You know this. Stop. You got to have the basic ethics in. If the ethics are working for you and you're doing the right thing, it may take you long. You might look at other people on TikTok and go, oh man, why is this guy making, $14,000 a month on TikTok? I can't even make $3. I can't even go to the Del Taco and get a burrito, But this other dude, and you looking at the other dude and he's stupid. He's making he's doing something wrong. He's doing something weird. He's doing something wrong. He's not doing the right thing. So he's not going to have a longevity. Dude, you're going to have a longevity at it because you're doing the right thing. If you want to work in your field, if you want to work in your industry for any length of time, don't do stupid stuff. Y'all know this. I mean, karma going to come get you. Like when you go, if you do buy that microphone for $150, you know that microphone's stolen, but yeah, you're going to buy it anyway and use it. Now you have this dope ass microphone in your studio, but you don't have any clients. You're like, what is my phone not working? What's wrong with my phone? Because nobody's going to call you because they just kind of feel that your karma is not right, that your karma's off a little bit, and that's what it is, man. That's all it is. You got to have basic ethics in there. Don't try to steal nothing. Don't try to, dude, crack plugins. Are you joking me? Crack software. You're kidding me, right? I was on this subreddit the other day talking to a dude and he was arguing with me about something. I love subreddits, man, because you're anonymous. Nobody knows who you are. Unlike this where they got your picture, no, look, this guy was saying something about he was having a hard time with some plugins on his computer, and he was asking, hey, why am I having a hard time with these plugins? And they're just not working right. Something's wrong. I don't know what the problem is. So a couple of people were asking him, oh, well, what's your operating system? What's your, is it a PC or Mac or what DAW are you using? It turned out this fool was using a cracked copy of Logic. Whoa, why would you crack Logic? Logic costs $200, man. Dude, look, if you can't make $200, if you can't make $200 to buy Logic with the stuff that you have, dude, if you don't have Logic, use GarageBand, use Audacity, use the free stuff. Make enough money to buy the tool that you need. Don't go crack it. Because when you crack that, you're going to lose. You're going to lose in the end. It's a karma thing. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a karma thing. You're going to lose. All right. Your business is going to go bankrupt. You're going to you're just not going to make it because you stole stuff. When you're stealing cracked plugins, you're stealing cracked if you're trying to make money and all your software is cracked and your plugins are cracked and dude, you're just not going to do well. So, hey, I'm going to open this up for questions and comments. Y'all let me know. I'm just going to sit here and wait for the questions to come piling in here, man. So y'all just let me know. I'll turn on this other camera so y'all can kind of see the studio a little bit, see what my production, see what I got going on. I don't know. I got my laptop right here so I can do all these moving stuff around and changing things. Over here I've got y'all can't really see this. This is an A10 Mini Pro, and that's what I'm using to switch between the cameras. Okay. Go back to this shot. This is a what is this? This is a Galaxy Tab. It's just a tablet, and I've got the notes on my Galaxy I got the studio growth formula up here so I can read it and know where I'm at and what I'm doing. So there's that, and then this is the Pro Tools. I have Pro Tools up here in case you guys had any Pro Tools questions. I could share with you on that. I could bring up the screen and show you stuff or whatever, but that's cool. And then of course, this is our Studio B. You guys that have been here before, you've seen this. This console is a Allen & Heath GS3000. Pretty dope. It's from 1995. This is what they call the blackface GS3000. It's from 95 and it's pretty dope. I kind of like it. It reminds me of an SSL, although it's not an SSL. It reminds me of one. So there is that. I mean, if you guys have any questions about the studio, it's totally fine. Yes, that is a legit NS10. Let me move the camera over just a little bit so y'all can see that. That is a real NS10. There you go. A Yamaha. The other speaker there is a Dyne Audio, the 15. Anyway, so there's that. I don't know if y'all got any questions about the studio. That's totally fine. Whatever. You got any questions for me? Hey man. Oh, dude, Grammys this week, right? Let me go back over here. Grammys are this week, man. We got we actually have the studio's nominated this year again. This is our 4th nomination as a studio. So we haven't won yet this week though. It's looking good, man. It's feeling good. Hopefully, I'm not gonna try to jinx it by saying that we're gonna win. Yeah, we're gonna. We do that all the time, man. It's crazy. But you think you got the greatest song since sliced bread, man, and then all of a sudden Cardi B comes up and wins everything. So yeah, let's not do that this time. We were what did we get? We were nominated for best new artist with Tori Kelly a couple years ago. Cardi B. That's the year Cardi B won everything, man. It's just like it was crazy. Yeah, thanks, Cardi. No, it's cool. Well done. But yeah, it's our 4th nomination as a studio. It's pretty dope. It's exciting. It's in Vegas this year, so we don't get to go to the show, but we watch it up on the TV and like everybody else. So there's that. I'm not a big fan of the show itself. They really only show it's like a popularity contest on the TV show part of it, but that's fine. I'm not mad. So anyway, again, I'm here, man. If y'all got any questions, let me know. I'll show you some other stuff here. I got some, you can sign up to Learn Pro Recording for free. Just go to www.learnprorecording.com. Big blue button right there in the front page. And you actually, when you do that, you actually get the studio growth formula as a download for free. There's that. You could check out, check out, the Learn Pro Recording, Audio Engineering 101 course is available. It is there. Go to learnprorecording.com/LPRAE101. It's right there on the screen if you guys want to write that down and go look at it later. Or I don't know if you can. I don't know if this system lets you copy and paste, but you can try that. It doesn't. I know it doesn't make it clickable, which I kind of like. I kind of wish it would, where you guys could just click on the screen and it would take you over there, but it doesn't. But anyway, there is that. But if you'd like more information about the studio, it is here, esaudio.com. Okay. And some of you guys that are on here might also remember that I teach with another school in house. The audio engineering 101 course is online. It's a digital download course that it's pretty dope. It's really for the price. Yeah, it's really dope. I think you get way more than what you pay for on that one, man. There's like 4 songs that you could download to mix. There's a personal critique, mix critique by me. There's an upper tier, a bonus tier where you can actually get a 40-minute one-on-one coaching with me. So I basically come into your system like this and help you with anything you need help with in, as far as your system goes. So yeah, check out the audio engineering 101 course. Definitely check that out here. And if you got any questions about that, you can ask me now, or you can always email me info@learnprorecording.com. But I also teach in-house. I didn't, you know what? I forgot to make one to email me. That's fine. But I also teach for Recording Connection. You guys that know what Recording Connection is, you know what it is. If you don't know what it is, go look it up. It's recordingconnection.com, or you can just get a publication